My guest today is a professional monster truck, motocross driver, and also an e-scooter competitor. Please welcome the beautiful and extreme Amy Houde. Hi, Amy, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. What an intro.
The pleasure is for me. First of all, do you think you was born in the oil motor or something like that because your father was a professional motocross athlete and a future Hall of Famer of the sport?
Oh, I definitely was born into this. Racing and motorsports and adrenaline is in my blood. And I don't think there is anything that, my father definitely created that passion for me. And as his father as well, my grandfather is in the Harley Motorcycle Hall of Fame too. And we just have this connection of racing and bikes. And again, that need for speed.
And for your mother, I probably think that your mother wants to be to a cutest girl, play with Barbie or something like that. But sorry, you like motocross.
Yeah, no, my mom is the base of our family. She's the glue. She is the one who was pregnant, driving to all the world championships with my dad, cheering him on while studying for university. She always supported me and my dad's racing, but was still the one that washed our gear, made sandwiches, and made sure she was there pretty much holding her eyes while her only daughter and husband was racing. But she was the woman that always inspired me that I could do whatever I wanted. Like, she is one badass woman, and always made sure that I was going to be one too. So I come from a big family of badasses. Let's say that.
Pretty cool. How was your first contact on the bike?
I was 2 years old, actually. My first time ever on a dirt bike. I had a PW50 with big old training wheels on it. And I learned to ride a dirt bike before I could ride a bicycle. So, it was just a natural progression where I did a lot of sports, actually. I was a gymnast. I did swimming. I did competitive diving. I got my black belt in taekwondo. Whatever I wanted to do, my parents, allowed me to do it. And motocross was just something that, until I wanted to take it to the next step, I was allowed to figure out what I wanted. And then one day, I got fed up getting beat by the boys. And I'm like, no, I got to turn this around. Dad, can you take me to practice days? And, it was my decision that I wanted to give it my all. So, it was a fun experience. Because also, not many kids get to grow up having a world champion as your father. He won the 1979 Canadian national champion and is the over 40, 50, and 60 world vet champion. So it was a really fun dynamic growing up in a racing environment where it was never pushed. Like, it was very, if I got last, my dad would, coming off the track almost in tears, he's like, well, did you have fun? It was a very encouraging experience growing up racing that I had. It was never like my parents weren't living out their childhood dreams. It was, always made sure that I enjoyed racing, and racing was something, if you're not having fun, then we're not going. And I think that's why I've been able to take my career so long, is because I really, really enjoyed the progression of the sports that I've been in.
I'm pretty sure that with what you hear, for all the people listening to this interview, will know that your father is probably your hero. He's such a great legend, but the question is, it was difficult to live in the shadow of him sometimes?
No, absolutely not. It was super cool because I was always growing up Kim Houde's daughter. I was Kim Houde's daughter. And then it became, that's Amy Houde's dad. No, it's funny. Like, it was, again, you have a legend to look up to, but also it's his personality. Like, he would give his bike to anybody if they needed it. He would bring extra parts to the track just to help people. His sportsmanship is, the actual legacy behind him. Like, cool, yes, he's still 60 and can whip better than I can, but it's his demeanor and, he's known for his, good character and, and just him being a badass on a dirt bike is just goes hand in hand. But, no, it's like a proud thing to walk in his footsteps, and it's allowed me to like carry that on through my career. Make sure you're the best like sportsman along the way. Like, you know, championships don't matter. It's the legacy that you leave behind.
What do you like the most in extreme motorsports?
I guess it's changed now. Once I got to Monster Jam, like motocross I'm very competitive. I like to win. I like that motorsports teaches you to set a goal, and the harder you work, the better you will go. The effort you put in is what you will get out. And that's something I've carried, whether it is in my relationships, my working experiences, my family. You know, I always want to put in effort, and that's what you're going to get out. And that's what sports has taught me. But then, you know, I see the transition and how impactful it was, like when I did Monster Jam, connecting with the fans, making fans happy, you know, giving people a wonderful experience. I live really two different sides of the motorsports life, very competitive one and a very fan-driven one, and both gave me like a lot of wonderful lessons and wonderful experiences. And like I am a people person, and I want to make that 4-year-old's day and come up and high-five them. And it's just I feel very blessed and privileged to be able to have those experiences, because it like fills my soul, you know.
The next question is, when did you know you will become a professional in sport? Like I said, you are a pro in motocross, Monster Jam, like you said before, and also Escooter. We talk about this new sport very soon. But how and when you was known that you will be a professional?
Well, you know, for any kid listening out there, if you find something you love and are good at, you just chase it to the end that you can do. Like, you never know what you're going to be pro in. You could be a professional knitter. You could be a professional teacher. Whatever you find a passion in, I find like that is when you just take it all the way that you can. You know, like, and you challenge yourself and you push yourself, and you naturally just find yourself chasing that goal and chasing that dream, and you know, eventually you'll end up, you know, where you want. And it's weird to say it professional, but it's just I took my dream as far as I could do it. I just kept pushing it and pushing it because I love to do it. So, you know, whether you classify that as a pro or not, like, you just take what you love and you run with it as far as you can.
You know what? My little one named Lucas have the chance to watch a monster truck maybe 2 weeks in Quebec City. And after the show, he said to me, Houde, I want to be a monster truck driver. And,
you go, Lucas.
and you know what? I don't know why, because I'm not a motorsport guy. I'm not oil in my blood. I don't have the oil in my blood. Yeah. It's not my kind of sport. But the first time he said to me this, I have something in my heart say, hey, go kids. Go, live your dreams. And it's probably one of the beautiful thing in sports. And like I said, sport, I said motorsport, I said hockey, I said maybe football or anything sports. I think you guys inspired a lot of people, and it's a beautiful thing.
And I fully agree with that. And, you know, I believe also that people can wake up one day and, like, if they get inspired by something, the same. Me and Lucas are the same. I went to my very first Monster Jam to go support my girlfriend, who is from Quebec, Cynthia Gauthier, who drives the Lucas oil truck. We grew up racing dirt bikes together. And then I know she was coming to a show in Winnipeg, and me and my friend took one of our little kids that I teach motocross to the show. And he had, like, just seeing his eyes light up and have the best time. I sat back like, I think I'm going to do this one day. And I told myself that was something I needed to do in my life. I wanted to do it. And then I found, then you do it. I think, like, you know, no matter what you are passionate about, I believe that people lack that confidence to just go out and do it. And I do believe that, you know, we as athletes have the power to encourage that in people, encourage that in the kids and the upcoming generation. And that's also something that was very important, that I always shared that journey of, you know, I'm just a little girl from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and we don't have a lot of money. I was never grown up with new bikes and everything, and you just find what you're good at and what you love, and you just go with it. And I think that's a really important thing about being an athlete, is being selfless and making sure that you encourage the next generation and inspire the people throughout the world.
You had a chance to being the driver of monster truck, Zombie and Trainwreck. I have to say Zombie is probably one of the beautiful, most cool or car in the world, probably. Looking back at this time, how was the opportunity for you when you take the time to check back the chance you had?
Yeah, it's crazy because sometimes you get so busy in life, you stop to check and see what you've done, and it's kind of funny because me and my partner we had a nice conversation on the weekend, and there's not a lot of people you share your experiences with if you're not in part of that industry. I always talk to my mom and dad, but some of my girlfriends, obviously, they don't do sports, so you can't really share experiences with them. But me and my partner were talking, and I'm like, wow, I've never really realized how many things that I've checked off my bucket list and how many cool experiences that I've had. And I come from two wheels. I like two wheels. I never thought I'd be driving four. But it was, again, such a crazy experience to be I can't do this. I had no idea what I was doing when I went for my audition at Monster Jam University, sitting in the truck for the first time. And that, I just remember calling my dad because I was really nervous. And he said, "Hey, drive it like you stole it." And then I'm like, you know what? Yeah. It was a humbling experience to be able to just figure something out, but it teaches you the lesson that you can do anything that you put your mind to.
What's your favorite skilling competition of Monster Jam and why?
Oh, absolutely donuts. I love doing donuts. I won every donut competition because the zombie arms would start to go crazy, and I could get it up on two wheels, and the crowd loved it. I would jump on the roof of the truck, and it was just my favorite, and the crowd loved it, and and I was very little, so I was able to sneak out of the window of the truck and get onto the roof and show it to the crowd, and that was fun.
Since a couple of months, you become an e-scooter competitor. It's a great contest in Europe. What can you tell us about the sport and your place in this type of competition? I know that you are the first Canadian female in the sport.
Yeah, it was a brand new sport. So the e-movement, the electric movement, obviously is all over the place. Formula One has now Formula E, and Europeans are, I would like to say, extremely progressive. They have very tight-knit cities, and you see more people driving e-bikes and e-scooters than they do cars now. And they're really pushing to, just like NASCAR, when there's new cars and Ford, it's like a developmental channel for what is coming, the forward movement. And, you get kids excited by watching these sports, and then they want to go and buy themselves a scooter. It was just this really cool concept that they had to promote this new movement that is, really prevalent in our world right now. And I was extremely fortunate to be the first Canadian to go down and race, and it was really unique. They chose athletes from all these different demographics. So there were Olympians, there were Olympian snowboarders, skateboarders, skiers, and people from MotoGP, and just all different walks of life. To we were the test riders. We were the ones developing the sport, and it was really unique how they kind of took knowledge from everybody's different backgrounds on how to develop this. No one's ever ridden these things before. We were actually figuring out how to ride them the best. What's your stance? How do you maneuver around this? And I have never driven a pavement sport before. So it was a really big learning curve that I was told constantly, I cannot ride it like a dirt bike. You cannot come in to the corner and rip out of it. There's no dirt, there's no ruts, and I'm on pavement. So, it was really challenging racing against athletes that came from pavement sport, from the road racing scene. But it was a great learning experience because I shared a lot of knowledge and, adapted my riding style to, what their input would be because they come from that sport. So again, it was fun. It was just like doing monster trucks. Didn't know what I was doing there. Didn't know what I was doing here. And it was just a wonderful, crazy experience. I got to tour Europe with a very incredible group of people. And it was something I will cherish forever. And, but yeah, I've been now doing this for 32 years of my life, and I think I officially, after this season, hung my boots up professionally. I've been on tour for the last 8 years of my life. It requires a very demanding schedule. And now, going into the next chapter, I bought a brand new business and I turned the page. So it's pretty wild where everything is headed to, but now I can focus my hard work driven sports energy and competitiveness into the new business that me and my partner bought.
We have to talk about your business, but just one question about the e-scooter.
Yeah.
How fast can go an e-scooter?
They go 100 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
Plus a boost button. So there is a button that it boosts the next to 20. These things are wild, and I don't care what people say. These are scooters you can't buy in the store. These are professional race scooters, just like a NASCAR. Like these things are absolutely incredible. They require such a high level of focus and skill to maneuver these things as fast as they go. And just the athletes that are in part of our tour are just very amazing athletes and riders, and we're able to drive these things to the full potential. It was incredible. Like the streets would be littered with people. We would shut down this downtown streets of Switzerland and be racing through downtown, and people would just be jaw dropping watching it. It was incredible. It was so cool.
Seriously, you talk about ending your professional career, but are you able to do this? I hear you. I hear your energy. I don't think it's possible to just close the door completely for the next couple of years. Probably the door will be open for something like a Monster Jam competition or something like that.
Absolutely, my door will never be closed. Like if someone gives me an opportunity to jump in something race, absolutely. But it also requires a lot of time. I'm 34. I'm really excited to settle down and have a family. And again, like I had this wonderful experience where I sat back and was like, I got to walk the red carpet with The Rock. I got to drive a monster truck. I got to go and tour around Europe racing dirt bikes. I have, grew up racing with Ryan Dungey and Ryan Villapoto as kids, when we were on 85. I've traveled east to west, north to south, all over the globe, doing what I love to do and riding and racing. But I was always still a very family-oriented person. I, always knew that there was going to be a day that's like, okay, on to the next thing. And, I'm still in the sports, in the automotive industry. So my business is Powder Effects with my partner, Jared. And we run a powder coating company in the automotive. And I just think it's like, your passion just follows wherever your heart lies, and it's a very exciting new chapter. And I still got a bunch of dirt bikes in the garage. Okay.
You talk about your company, Powder Effects. I've seen many picture on the internet, and wow, the product is very, very, very beautiful. It's I think you can talk about unique product. But at your point of view, what is the biggest difference between you and the other in the competitor about your product?
Oh, so Jared, my partner, he is the mastermind behind it all, and he just has a vision and a brain. Like we are competitive people. We're very hardworking individuals, and so we're in the custom coating. So we do a lot of commercial products, but our custom stuff because I want to be the best athlete, you best believe I'm going to be the best Houde coder. We are going to be the best business. We really strive for perfection. We strive, to push ourselves no matter what we're doing, whether it's on the track or in our business. And I think that's a really cool thing to learn for even, all you kids listening out there. Like, if you are an athlete, it's a wonderful quality in the skills that you learn personally are able to transition to whatever you end up doing in life. Like, do not take that for granted, and know that your hard work on the track will be always put into your life, and carry that with you till day you die.
Since the beginning of the company, where are you since the start, and how you will go?
Oh, well, we're a month and a half in, almost 2 months right now, but we took over a pre-existing, very well-established business. We're also living up the legacy to Rob, the previous owner, who comes with the quality and standard, which we are really excited to keep up and maintain. And, it's fun, exciting. It's new. It's challenging. I'm working and, taking care of the books, which I've never done before. I've always had an accountant. But so I live with my partner and we work together. It's really fun that we enjoy waking up to go to work. And I never liked to say that before. Like, I don't want a real job, but it's a fun chapter. We didn't want to work for the man. Jared just got out of the elevator trades. He's been in it for 13 years, and we just woke up one day and decided again to take the reins of our life. It's just like, learning how to ride an e-scooter, learning how to ride a dirt bike, and learning how to ride a monster truck. We're going to learn how to own our own business and slay it, take it to as far as we can go, grow it, and, just be healthy and happy, and that's life.
Amy, like I said before, at the beginning of the interview, I said you are beautiful and extreme. And I think I have to add passionate. And it's a beautiful quality you have.
Thank you. Yeah. I am. I love life, and yes.
Yeah, keep it, and keep driving the long hour as you can. It's very beautiful to hear you. It's very beautiful to see you go on the motorsport industry. And
I won't stop. Don't worry. That dirt bike is still well oiled, and there's gas in it. So.
Thanks again for your time, and just continue.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you, and make sure your son gets behind the wheel of a monster truck one day. I'd be rooting for him.